Okay, welcome back to the Regex in Excel course. This cheat sheet is linked in the description, so is the full playlist. Subscribe if you find this useful. So we're at the point in the course where we've covered all of the types of brackets you can use in Regex. And they may look similar, but as we've learned, they do quite different jobs. And more importantly, the rules of Regex completely change depending on which bracket you're inside. So the goal today is to look at all of these bracket rules, what changes between them, so that you don't get caught out. Okay, so I've got this string here that has a load of random characters and a few special characters that normally do something in Regex. I'm going to talk about square brackets first. So I would think of square brackets like a menu of choices in a restaurant, and you can only pick one thing off the menu. So we can list our menu here. So let's put some other stuff. Let's put a question mark and a dash and so on. So it's saying pull one thing out of those options. Here I'm pulling all matches. If I just had the first match, obviously I'd only get an A. So this is all of the possible things that get pulled out with that pattern. And we can add items to our menu. If we repeat items, so I've got this capital A twice, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to look for that A once because we can only select one of those things. So in terms of special rules of square brackets, when you step inside them, basically most of the regex magic will be turned off. So if I put a plus in here, a star, which normally mean one or more or whatever, we will actually find those things out right here. So the special meaning is lost. Also, dot normally means any character. In here, I haven't actually got a dot here, so let's add one. It will just pull out the dots individually. So dot, star, plus, question mark, dollar, and a pipe all lose their special meaning. Let's put some of those in here because I actually haven't got all of them in there. Dollar, pipe, there you go. So they come out like normal in the menu of choices. So in a normal pattern, we might write something like a dollar, and that means our string has to end with an A. But inside square brackets, that ending is turned off, and we pull the literal dollar sign. Now let's talk about things that do have a special use. And the first one is this caret. So the caret says not any of these things. So if I say A, B, question mark, dash, it's going to pull everything that is not on the menu. However, that special character only works when it's at the start of the square brackets. So if I put that caret here, it's going to match a literal caret, like so. The other special character inside square brackets is the dash, and the dash is the range operator. Now by itself, it will match a literal dash. A dash will match literal A dash, but A to Z will match the alphabet A to Z, anything between those characters. So this dash only has an impact when it's between two characters. However, you can only have like a lowercase letter to a lowercase letter, an uppercase letter to an uppercase letter, or number to number. So if I did A to M, for example, I'll pull out everything that's between A and M. If I had A to capital M, well now Regex can't read this because I'm not going with a lowercase to a lowercase. So it errors out because there is a dash between two characters. If I had A to 5, that wouldn't work. So what if I wanted to match either an A or a dash or a 5? Well, our last special character that does work is the backslash to escape the normal usage. So if I wanted to search for a literal backslash, I would have to type it twice to escape it. So I'd say backslash backslash, so i.e. give me a literal backslash. So hopefully that makes sense. If I did something like dash A to Z, like so, we're matching the range A to Z, there's a caret either side of the dash, and a literal dash. And because the backslash still has its special use, we can do stuff like backslash D to match any one digit or any one word character. I do wonder if the regex Unicode ones work that we covered. Looks like they do. So N should give me numbers. Yes, it does. So the backslash works, the dash works, but only when it's between two characters, and the caret works, but only when it's at the start of the string. Okay, next, let's cover your standard brackets like so. So this will work as a capture group, and we covered those in the last video. So rather than being a menu now, so if I say A, B, C, D, E, F, it's not searching for those on a menu and picking one of them, it's searching for the whole string as it is. This works inside brackets as regex would work outside brackets. It's just that this is a capture group that we can do special things with. If you don't know what those are, go watch the last video. Now, one special thing about these normal brackets, if you put a question mark after it, this is regex's indicator to tell it I'm turning on a special mode here or doing something that is not an ordinary match. So this will turn on flags. So I would be like case insensitivity. This would be a non-capture group. Various other lookarounds and recursion and whatnot that we're going to come to in later videos. But this is probably the most simple one to remember. Normal brackets works as normal regex would. Okay, next up, curly brackets like this. This is only to specify quantities. So it will only take numbers and commas. So if I said 3 comma, that's a quantifier that's saying I want, let's say, \d 3 or more. There we go, we get the 182 out. If I said 3 to 5, I'd get it out. If I said 4 to 5, I won't get it out because there's only 3 digits there. Now, if I had anything else inside these brackets that wasn't just a digit by itself, or a digit with a comma, let's say I had capital A, for example, now it's just matching like normal. So it's matching that exact pattern. It's not a quantifier, it's matching that exactly. The bracket by itself will do that like so. It is a literal match unless there is a digit inside or a digit, comma, and another digit. So again, another easy one to remember. I could put this with a \d. That's going to look for exactly a curly bracket, then a digit, then a curly bracket. I could wrap that in my square brackets, and now I have a menu of choices. So I'll pull out any digit or those curly brackets. And a final kind of bonus is angled brackets like this. This will match, let's put some in here, exactly like so. But what these are used for is naming and commenting things. So we did see this last time. It was open bracket, question mark in the capture groups video. This is how to name something. So we can put a name inside those brackets and recall it later. This only activates when preceded by open bracket, question mark. That special combination of characters that tells regex we're doing something different. Okay, so that's it, a quick video here. To summarize, square brackets match any of one thing inside it and strips most of the special characters abilities away. Normal brackets group things together in a capture group. Curly brackets just for quantifiers, numbers only, and angled brackets only have their meaning turned on with open bracket, question mark to name things. Okay, hopefully that was useful and stops you getting caught out, and I'll see you next time for lookarounds.